let's do it. Let's do a photo now of us.
While this is recording.
While this is recording. That's so meta.
Ready?
Say something funny. Recording a Laymen episode now.
See the line.
Sam has a small penis.
It's been a long...
You're an idiot. He's a dead set idiot.
You didn't think I'd fucking do it? I did it.
Still haven't explained these, huh? What are these? Apparently he works here, huh?
And now what we do is we take that tweet that we tweeted on Laymen and we find it on SkillUp's thing that has 14,000 followers. And then we retweet it to 14,000 followers, to 14,000 followers, to 14,000 followers.
Alright, come on, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about?
Fuck up, bitch. This week, did you ever hear of this game called Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, of course.
How did you hear about it?
E3?
Okay, so Shadow of Mordor is a sequel to it's actually called Shadow of War, and the first game was called Shadow of Mordor. Great game from, I forget which developer, but it's published by Warner Brothers, and it was one of those like Assassin's Creed style games in Mordor.
It was generic.
It was actually fucking cool. He has no idea what he's talking about. My point is that now they're releasing Shadow of War, which is a sequel, and it looked really cool. We saw it at E3, and it was one of the best trailers that we saw.
Oh, look cool.
Hello, how are you? We're okay.
Oh, we're all cool.
Yeah,
thank you.
Very much. Cheers. That was the cleaning lady.
That was the cleaner again. Actually, we always stream when she's here.
She's very nice.
She's lovely.
Shadow of War. We saw the trailer at E3.
Yep.
One of the more impressive trailers that we saw.
Yeah, I mean, no, well, in terms of like the humor and the way that they were like bringing something completely different to the Land of Mordor. You know, it was actually a movie before it was a book.
It's true, actually.
By the way.
It was. They
Just to let you know.
They wrote the book based on the movie.
That's right, they did too.
World of Warcraft was the first MMO, FYI.
It was. Yeah. And look, another thing is they're doing a lot more like open world stuff too, so watch out for that too.
It's an up-and-coming genre.
It is.
So Shadow of War was looking really good, and I walked out of E3 thinking, I'm going to buy this game.
We should do like a little playthrough.
Well, we were going to, but now this week, they've announced that they're going to have loot boxes in the game.
Fucking loot boxes,
even though
man.
it's like a single player game.
I think it's okay for some games because it does add an aspect. I'm okay with that, like skins or like guns or like whatever, or like victory poses. It's like it's kind of cool. But when it becomes when it becomes essential to buy stuff for you to even compete, not interested. Yeah, like Hearthstone, we had to pay fucking $1,000 just to compete. But like, I love that game. But
I think the rules are different with trading card games. The flip side of this is that AAA game development has gone through the roof over the years, and we're still paying exactly the same that we've always paid for video games. The price of a video game has not gone up.
But it's all relative,
it's actually gone down.
Gaming is bigger than Hollywood now in terms of the amount of income it derives.
But it doesn't matter. It's about that number of systems can only sell that number of games. Point is, I just wish that these games that we like, that are single-player focused games, that you just buy the game and have all the shit in them. And if you really need to sell me something... I agree with that. Hang on. If you really need to sell me something, like a skin or whatever, just sell it to me. Don't sell it in a loot box. That's lame. I reckon the worst part is actually for the developers, who are probably really awesome people that are passionate about video games. They play Dungeons and Dragons on the weekend in their like garage and shit, but they're probably super cool men and women. And then some publisher comes in and they're like, do this.
Did you just assume their gender?
That's right.
What about the other 74 of them or something?
Right, so rude of me.
Jesus.
Anyway, that's the current state of gaming. It's all about gambling-based loot boxes.
But let's face it, it is a lot of fun though. It is.
Loot boxes?
That's super fun.
No, they're not.
Every time you get a loot box and you're about to open it, you're like, woo! I love it.
Honestly, hate it. I hate it.
Oh god, this guy's such a...
I hate it. I'm like, I just wish I knew what was in this thing. I only want this thing.
You want the skin, but like, you know, when you go up a level and Overwatch is like, dun, 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 you're like, ah, cool, you know, and you open it and then, you're like, oh shit, what did I get? Oh, nothing. Fucking hell.
Correct.
But it doesn't matter because it was still fun to like open it and look at it.
Sam is the reason why companies are doing this. Dumbasses like
But
Sam.
I don't pay for them.
It's fun, dude.
I don't pay for them. No, thank you. So I just, you know.
Please direct all your hate mail to Sam.
More like, as we said before, just
doing
See you, Sam.